running back. It's nearly as old as the game itself. It's even older than the most important position on the field, the quarterback. So one could imagine just how much change it's gone through over that huge amount of time. And to break it down even further, just within the last 10 years, this position has seen some serious change with how it's been utilized within the NFL. Heading into the 2018 season, we had an influx of running back talent. Nearly every single team had at least one stud running back, if not two. And since 2015, the NFL had at least one running back picked within the first round, even though supposedly the position was deemed dead, which has raised some questions on the status of the position. One way some media insiders have brought up the same example that Netflix used to ship out DVDs. Things evolve. Running backs used to just run the ball, and now they do everything. The NFL has grown from wanting to draft just pure running backs who take 25 plus carries a game to dual threats. And just in 2017, Carolina Panthers picked up Christian McCaffrey with the 8th overall pick in the first round. In his rookie year, he put up an average of 3.7 yards per carry, which would have been deemed easily disappointing 10 years ago. But as a do-it-all back, he had 80 receptions and racked up an average of 8 yards per catch, which easily made him one of the most valuable backs in the league. It's become very obvious to even the most basic football fan that the NFL likes to throw the ball. A data spreadsheet took the number of pass attempts quarterbacks have thrown from the seasons 2008 to 2017. It's gone up from 16,526 pass attempts to 17,488, which in 2017 had a drop-off from 2016, where quarterbacks threw 18,295, but that downfall came from the quarterback injuries in the league that year. Now, while in that same time period, rush attempts amongst running backs had gone down significantly, went from 14,119 to 13,775, and even lower in 2016 with 13,219. This is why running backs like Christian McCaffrey have been such hot commodities. The role has expanded to much more than just taking handoffs. This has led to the increase in receptions from running backs in that same 10-year span. And in 2008, amongst all backs in the league, they only caught 2,418 footballs, compared to 2017, where we saw 2,754 balls caught by these backs. And more recently, in 2017, we saw Todd Gurley and Alvin Kamara both have 750 receiving yards apiece, and that's only the second time that ever happened in NFL history. So these new types of running backs have forced defenses to prepare much differently than they used to traditionally in years past. Linebacker Luke Kuechly said the problem is that it's not just like the old days where they just used to run short route. They can run route trees, you have to be on top of them. You have to be able to compete in space. And lucky for him, he gets a lot of experience dealing with that by being teammates with one of the best in Christian McCaffrey. Last season, NFL veteran Jonathan Stewart gave some personal insight on what it was like working with a couple of these new generation running backs, the two being Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey. He said, "I think these two guys are a staple of what the NFL running back is and what it's going to become. Between the two of them, they both hold similar traits and have become highly desired in the league. They possess the ability to catch the ball extremely well and out of the backfield, while also showing great poise in the slot as a receiver." Stewart also said the game is changing, and it's changing for the good. Seeing guys come out and run routes like receivers, that's needed for the game, and for the running back position. Just to compare Jonathan's best season receiving-wise to Saquon's rookie year, in 2011, Stewart, in his only 25-plus reception season, with 47 catches, had 413 receiving yards and a touchdown, while in Barkley's rookie year, he had 91 receptions for 721 yards and 4 touchdowns. And not to put any more salt in the wound, but in the same year, Christian McCaffrey totaled an NFL record 107 catches for 867 yards and 6 touchdowns, the most ever by a running back. These NFL offenses ended up falling in love with these types of players simply due to how effective they are in the spread offense. Kansas City Chiefs general manager Brett Veach said it best, "With the spread and up-tempo concepts, I think coordinators have found ways to get the ball into playmakers in space. It's not a game of playing between the hashes anymore. You have to play laterally. Meaning if you have a running back who plays in that scheme, you need to be able to catch the ball effectively. It's almost become a prereq for when scouts and GMs are evaluating running backs in the draft. Again, from the perspective of Prep Veach, he always compares every running back he sees to former pro running back Brian Westbrook. In the span of 4 seasons from 2004 to 2007, he recorded 600 receiving yards in each of those years. He was definitely ahead of his time in the style of play. But this forced defenses to spread out wide and opened gaps for playmakers to be successful. Nowadays, that's what it's all about, making defenses uncomfortable and having them guess in situations they aren't well equipped for. Going full circle to those who thought the running back position was dead. Running backs didn't die, they just stopped running. This position has become multi-dimensional and grew out of the bell cow back style that used to be so common within the league. The duties have grown to much more in the game, and it's come a long way from where it used to be when it all started.